Hello. There's nobody here yet. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch to see people. Alright. Maybe I'll just do it like that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see comments. Perhaps. I don't know what that does. Live chat, all are visible. I'm on a live chat, remember gain privacy. Alright, cool. That wire is gonna be right in my face, isn't it? Okay, but now I can't see anything. Alright. We'll keep it like this. Wait a second. See if anybody shows up. And if they don't, well, then I'll just get started all on my lonesome. Oh, there's 2 people here. Perfect. I'll hit play. Alright, let's do this. Hey, everybody. Good to see you guys. Echo, play Spotify.
All right. Here's Spotify. Resuming Firewhisky.
If you guys need me to adjust the volume, please let me know.
We suggest listening with your earbuds in.
Unless you like letting your freak flag fly. We don't judge.
Alright, so.
I think that was the beginning of We Don't.
Last episode, we read chapter 1. Our very first episode was very exciting. Kat, would you like to give everybody
God,
a
the
quick
audio
recap?
on this is so tinny.
Hermione wants to go into the Ministry of Magic again.
Again.
Apparently that doesn't really surprise Remus that much, but whatever. I don't really know a lot about this, so the synopsis is gonna suck. But
It did take her a long time to figure out what had happened was.
Do whatever she wants to do in the Ministry of Magic, and now we're going from there, I guess.
I guess.
Yes? No?
Yes,
Maybe?
yeah.
Yep.
And,
That was before she started taking notes too, so that was actually really good
summer between
feedback. Also, if I am too loud, if anything is too loud or too quiet, let me know. I will try to glance at the comments when I can. I am creating a gradient sort of thing. So these are my core mixers, and then these are all the colors in this palette. Oh God, it makes me wince every time I say Shaylani. Oh God, I'm sorry, Shy. I was so bad for so long. And that's fine. Golly. Yeah, so what I'm doing is right now I'm mixing Nicolazzo Yellow with all of my mixers. So, in case you are actually interested in the arty part of this, it's mostly because I can't just sit here and do nothing. I have to keep my hands busy and hope like hell that these don't all bleed together.
Chapter 2. Invocata Vita Debita. July 22nd, 1997. I told you, it's a surprise. Hermione smiled brightly. Just let me do this, okay?
The days before
Her smile
voices.
turned stiff as she faced a tired blonde living room at the Burrow. With Bill and Fleur's wedding fast approaching, Mrs. Weasley was done letting anyone in the house have a lie in. Tonks and Remus just got married. She's got plenty of ideas on wedding gifts for Fleur, so I asked her to help. The lie came with ease, though inside
A terrible
her
lie.
stomach twisted into a large knot. I just don't see why she can't come here, Ron whined, sighing in obvious frustration.
Okay, my voice was straight up Ron bashing.
Hell, Mom hates it when Dad leaves
I-
for work every morning.
Ugh.
It's not a safe world out there, Hermione.
Ugh.
Hermione rolled her eyes in response. Yes, well, I'll be there with an R. Who trips over her own feet, Ron grunted. Aunt Remus will most likely be with us. I'll be perfectly safe. Besides, speaking of safe, she said, giving him a reproachful glare, you should take this time and opportunity to tell your mom what our plan is this year. When he cringed, her glare intensified. Don't you dare wait till the last minute, Ronald Weasley. She poked a finger into his chest.
Okay, this feels like a bit
You will
of
not
Ron
throw
bashing by
everything
Shy, but
under the bus. Ron cocked a brow, brushing away her finger poke. Under the bus? Sighing in mild frustration, Hermione explained. It's a Muggle expression. It means that you will not leave this for Harry and me to explain, because you're too afraid of your own mother. Do it yourself, and I'll see you when I get back.
man, I forgot how annoying Hermione was. The holier than thou thing is rough.
I don't know how long this will take. Might be a few hours.
Also,
So,
the audio
just in
is
case, don't have your
God,
mom
so
save-
bad.
your mom save me meals. I might convince Tonks to make a girl stay a bit. Screwing up his face once slumped with his shoulders forward and groaned. But you hate girl stuff. Do not. Hermione planted her hands firmly on her hips. I hate lavender and Havarti girl stuff, but not Tonks and Ginny girl stuff. There's a tremendous difference, she clarified.
Okay, but that's a legit thing. There is a tremendous difference between those two.
Rival Malfoys were Ron laughed at her.
Malfoy.
There's less giggling and squealing. Now, stop stalling and go talk to your mother. Write out a speech, maybe it'll help.
Okay, but the write out a speech thing, I've actually started doing that.
She's sassy.
She's sassy.
But also, yeah, no, I don't think they ever showed that in the books or in the movies. Him telling his mom. Didn't they just like disappear?
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, this was- Oh, so the other thing to remember, Kat was very I don't want to say uninvolved, but like disconnected, because she and the Dark Wizard were separated at that time. They had been for quite a while, over a year. But you can literally hear when they get back together, because all of a sudden she's way more animated. And in case you're wondering, they stayed together until, I mean, he was there when she passed. So,
And Hermione would not be recognizable to anyone, except maybe Harry or Ron.
yeah.
Remus found her new appearance disconcerting.
Oh, hey guys. Okay, hi, good morning. Hey, Martina here. I love Ron bashing. It's my favorite. Same. Hi, Tyler. Claire, hello. Oh, Tyler. Yeah, she was picking at the bottle labels. Tyler, I believe you commented on TikTok. I would love to send you one of the signed copies that I have that's extra, if you are interested. Now that I have one that is just mine. So, yeah.
What is it that you have to type into the phone pad to get into the Ministry of Magic from the telephone box?
Just send me a message on Facebook or something, and we'll figure out stuff to get that to you. Funnily enough, I probably still have your address somewhere because of Patreon, but
I didn't get to. There kept being a line. Note to all of you.
there kept being a
Do
line.
not.
There was constantly a line. God,
At the end of May.
that grammar was
It
terrible.
is really, really hot and crowded, and hot and crowded and
God,
crowded.
if you need somebody to plan your future Harry Potter themed bachelorette party, talk to me, because I had so much fun planning, and all the gifts and everything I did, I was so proud.
Oh my gosh, guys! Like,
I'm available.
I'm
she had
also a little
really
heartbroken because I
water
mentioned this
tables
last time,
on
but
the
if you weren't here last
side.
time,
We had little bags with
I
paper
found
cushions.
her Etsy page, and she had some
Had the-
You had
public,
dementor labels on your
wish
chocolate,
lists, and
as
one of
well
them
as,
was stuff for Claire for my
train
bachelorette party,
tickets on your chocolate.
and it
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
my
and
God.
Oh,
when I left the
fuck.
room and he went and had to knock on the door to get in, easy enough, hotel, door's locked. They opened the door a split and held out a picture with the fat lady on it.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. I forgot about the fat lady in the hotel room at my bachelorette
But I
party.
am available because I have got this down.
She did a great job. It was incredible.
Incredible.
I can't speak on it. I tried. That was just.
It's the
Incredible.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We digress.
It's incredible.
So Harry Potter.
Yeah, so Harry Potter, yeah, that was before.
Unlike the guest entrance to the
Um,
Ministry of Magic, there was no overhead voice welcoming down in this lift. Only the loud echoing sounds.
Okay, I love the idea of her singing Ain't Nobody. All right, well, have fun getting ready for work. And good for you for not being on Facebook. Yeah, just text me on TikTok. We'll figure it out.
The last time I was here, we'd been following Harry into battle, and I was much too distracted. But now I'm wondering how the lift's run with that electricity. Chuckling softly.
Magic.
I have a book on Muggles magic engineering. It's old and likely outdated, but you might find a few chapters interesting. Before she could reply, the lift jolted again, throwing him forward. He stopped himself from falling by catching his hand on the door, but Hermione stumbled into Tonks. She muttered quick apologies that were brushed off with his teeth. You get used to it. As they descended, Hermione reached in her pocket to the galleon. You've got yours, right? She double-checked Tonks. Yep.
Alright, Hansel, yellow light.
Before stone back in her pocket. I'll be checking it from time to time just in case. I'm not scheduled to be at the front of the press conference, just lingering in the back, so no one will notice me. In fact,
I thought she's just like doing this during work hours.
bright pink hair became the same sandy shade as Remus's, save for the flecks of gray in his floor. Remus rolled his eyes. Lovely. Aw, you know you're beautiful, love. Tonks grinned at him, and Hermione stuck a little laugh as she crossed his arms over his chest petulantly, while his wife affectionately ruffled his hair. The lift came to a halt. and the
It's
doors
funny hearing me
opened to
mess
the
up words
ominous
because
dark corridor
that
that
becomes
led
significantly worse as my functional neurological disorder gets worse. Womp womp.
Exhaling nervously. This is us. She stepped slowly out of the lift, and the grills opened. Remus followed behind, pausing only to kiss Tonks goodbye. Be safe. See you soon, Tonks said. Don't do anything stupid, she added, before the doors were shut tight.
Don't do anything stupid. Yeah.
Remus could hear the way that Hermione's breath quickened as she turned into the running area. Take it slowly. He placed a calming hand on her shoulder, and she reacted by touching it, presumably using the gesture to ground herself. Thank you, she whispered, before moving forward down the corridor, Remus close on her heels. They walked in absolute silence before reaching the large black door at the end of the long hallway. Hermione closed her eyes, taking in a sharp breath before putting her hand on the ground. The door opened immediately. Seriously? She shuffled back a step, her mouth fallen open in astonishment. It's not even locked. What on earth were they thinking? 6 teenagers broke in here a year ago, and they can't even bother to keep the apartment locked. Also, I love that she's like, 6 teenagers broke in here. Bitch, you're one of them.
Yeah, and you.
Now it's weird the things that stick with me because I knew I was going to say that.
What you would call it, where the stone was that Fluffy was guarding. So you know what?
Yeah, they break into stuff a lot. I like how she's like, this is totally unsecured. Yeah, okay, you've been breaking into stuff that was secured since you were like 11, okay? Apparently it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
It's like locking your door when you live in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. It's like, why are you locking your door?
Well, Hermione will be Hermione.
Hermione, Remus interrupted her with a wink.
Hermione gonna Hermione.
He held his wand
I hated that as soon as I said it. I'm sorry.
Attack, just in case. It was not mere speculation that the ministry had been infiltrated. The order just
Sorry, didn't mean to shake you guys. I was checking my chat.
Departments were corrupted by dictators. You're right. Still, maybe
He's always
I'll
right.
send an anonymous blade of owl later, Hermione muttered under her breath, causing Remus to chuckle quietly. Like, okay, I'm gonna break in here, but after I'm done breaking in here, you're getting a very strongly worded howler about how you need to secure your apartment. Moving into the large room, she waved her hand. Suddenly, the darkness around her was broken by illuminated candles, the light revealing a number of large doors encircling 2 of them. All right, close the door. Despite being older and more experienced, Remus conceded, closing off their entrance and eventual exit at her insistence. The moment the door shut behind
Alright, I'm going to make this less aesthetically pleasing and I'm sorry for it.
A large fiery line appeared across the door to mark their exit. Almost immediately, the wall began to spin around them, making them lose track of which door was which, save for the one she had marked. Remus wrapped an arm protectively around her, and Hermione braced herself against him to stop from getting dizzy. It only took a moment to assure herself that the floor had stayed steady. Once the wall stopped spinning, she reluctantly let go of Remus and turned her attention to the door she had marked. It won't last forever. How about we add this? Remus pointed his wand at the flames and whispered, Immobilis. The fire that marked the door froze in place. He smirked when Hermione puffed. How did I not think of that? She grumbled. It's in the standard book of spells for a 2, for goodness sake. I've been using that charm since I was 12. Okay, no. When you learn things in school, you don't remember exactly which book they came out of.
Unless you have an eidetic
I
memory.
do feel bad,
Biscuits,
'cause
wrong
I
color.
that's constantly like
That one was
Hermione
mixed.
thing.
Well, it is, and that's probably why people like that have really smart friends call them Hermione behind their back sometimes.
You have a friend like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
God, I was a smart ass. Am.
He chuckled.
Was.
You're too bright
Am.
sometimes. You think too big. Remember, it was all those small charms in your earlier years that kept you alive from roaming the castle on Harry's heels. Please, she said with a roll of her eyes. It's more like chasing after his heels. That boy can't help but run into danger.
Amen, sister.
Preach. All the better that you're always looking out for him, Remus said, and quietly added, for everyone. Hermione smiled appreciatively of him. To be fair, Harry has looked out for me.
To be fair. To be
Granted,
fair.
This tend to get me in a bit of trouble as well. A bit of trouble.
A bit.
Bit.
Yeah, more like shenanigans.
More like
That didn't even make sense.
destruction of the end of every school year.
We were very
More like I've almost died.
trying to
several times.
be over the top.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that too.
She
Like-
helped break Sirius Black, a known mass murderer. But, like,
Fun. I can
suspected mass
tell.
murderer.
I don't know how obvious it is to you guys, but I can feel how hard we're trying.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't get splinched like Ron did, so.
Eh.
Hey, that hasn't happened yet. Well, to be fair, that's Harry Potter canon. This is Dead of Time, which many fans consider to be canon.
Cannon, this isn't pirates.
We've been over this.
Have a vocabulary lesson later.
Okay.
Oh,
Guys.
this was okay. So that right there is the reason why we did the 0.0 episode, where
Here we are.
and she literally made that joke the second time too.
We arrived to rescue you all. It was a bit of a mess, and most of the doors were already open, people rushing about. I can't recall specifically. I suppose we'll just have to investigate. She sighed lightly, approaching the door. Upon opening it, she peeked in without stepping foot inside and blinked a few times. Huh, she muttered. What does that look like to you? Remus glanced within and cast a wand lighting charm, which had no effect on the darkness of the room. When he squinted, he could see lights glimmering above them. The sky, I suppose. Space room, Hermione said, and promptly shut the door. Not going in there. They have a variation of the limbo mist charm on the ground. Harry faced something similar to the Triwizard Tournament. Ron, Ginny, and Luna got caught in there last time, she said, marking the door with a large circle so to differentiate from the exit, and immediately immobilized it per his example. Remus turned to the next door and opened it. The sight within caused his eyes to widen. Oh, Hermione exclaimed, stepping aside. Be careful. I've seen firsthand what time turners are capable of. You have
No idea.
Remus murmured, his heart racing as he stepped into the room, scanning every detail. Hermione's sudden smile carried surprised nostalgia. I can't believe they were able to put it all back together.
I wonder if they used a
Why
time
am I
turner.
not surprised? He laughed quietly before his attention was caught by a particular object. A time
Womp
turner
womp.
with blue sand inside. A
Blue sand.
constructed hourglass, wrapped in a silver casing with a thin chain hanging off it like a necklace. He reached his hand out and
Yoink.
touched the piece with reverence and fear. Looking at the bottom of it, where he saw engraved a rune, he meant predestination. A hopeful
Ew.
smile crossed his face.
And Kat's just like, what's
Yes,
happening?
She corrected him, her voice echoing off the walls and ceiling as she examined a large hourglass sitting on a shelf on the opposite side of the room. Puffing, mildly offended, she added, I did not destroy anything. I know better than to mess about with time turners. Then again, you know all about that.
Womp womp.
Remus jumped and turned around, looking as though he had caught his hand in a visiting tin. Why would I know that?
'Cause you were my
I was a time
teacher?
turner during 30 years, she clarified. I've told you this before. When we saved Sirius and the Dementors, she raised a brow with a concerned look in her eyes. Oh, of course, he shook his head. Forgive me, I was lost in thought. Hermione smiled and headed for the door. Well, we're procrastinating.
You know, it's kind of funny thinking about how oblivious
Forehead wrinkled in
Hermione is during this and how oblivious Kat was during.
Time room, she said quickly as she exited. Remus hesitated, looking around the room. He glanced back at the time turner with the rune marking. Reluctant to put his faith in destiny, he snatched up the device and slipped it securely into his robes before making
Reluctant to put his faith in destiny while he's actively acting out destiny.
As the door shut behind him, Hermione marked it and moved to the next doorway. Hermione, are you going to tell me? Remus began as she opened the next door. The look on her face silenced him. He turned his attention to the inside of the room and let out a gasp, his nostrils flaring at sight. A large, dimly lit rectangular room stood before them. Stone benches lined the walls on every side, descending like large steps towards the center, where a familiar pit held a large.
And suddenly this one hurts a little bit because I would give a kidney right now to have access to a room like this to just pull cat out of, but it's crazy how many times a day I still think about her and like go to text her or call her.
No.
Really? Giant rooms that look like an amphitheater, big archway in the middle.
Cone of shame.
Kind of shame.
I can
Ooh.
hear our readers or our listeners like screaming. But
Readers.
Whatever. Tweet me later.
Tweet me later.
Hermione, he called out after her in a panic. What do
Get
you think
away
you're
from
doing?
there.
Wait, where are they?
They're in the room that looks like an amphitheater with the archway and the department of mysteries.
But the way you're saying it, it sounds like it has a name.
Yeah, the archway room.
The archway room.
Muggle, please.
Oh, is that the first Muggle, please?
That's not even a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Come on,
It's not called that, but if I tell you what it's called, it'll go away.
the room of requirement.
That's in Hogwarts.
God, it's weird how distant I feel from the Harry Potter fandom these days because thanks to JKR being a genuinely trash human being, I'm just, I don't know, I don't feel connected to it anymore. I'm not like, yay, Harry Potter stuff. It's just kind of, I like the Dead of Time. I like what we created, but I just, I am not the Harry Potter fan I was just because I have no desire to give that woman any money.
He lost Sirius was unfathomable. He could not go through it again.
Like, yeah, there's Death of the Author, and that's why I still like fan fiction stuff, but people keep buying me Harry Potter things, and I'm like, please stop. I don't want it. It just makes me sad.
An archway. He gets killed. He falls through the archway. He dies.
Really?
I like how she says really, like she has no memory.
Okay.
For real. That like for real.
Okay.
No, son of a bitch.
Yes, Professor McGonagall.
No.
If you won't come down with me, then guard the door.
Oh,
He stood there,
no.
gobsmacked as Hermione
No.
came forward.
I ruined it.
Stone arch
I ruined
flashed
it.
discomfort. He had not had the time to observe the arch and veil closely when he had last been here. Now he could barely stand to look at the thing. The casual observer, it looked to be just a simple construction, though what lied beyond was definite. This was a terrible idea. Remus had been positive that she had come here for the time turner. In fact, he knew that this specific time turner in the pocket of his robe's gown was the sole reason for him being there. So why had she brought him to this horrible room of death and misery?
A death chamber.
There you go.
Yeah. Got one.
She was so proud.
10 points to Hufflepuff.
Put your thumbs away. I got it.
Put your
Thank
thumbs
you.
away.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you everything, but I was coming here regardless of your assistance. Putting her wand down next to her, she knelt in front of the large archway. She pulled a small beaded bag out of her robes and sank her arm into it up to her elbow.
That's just such a
Very Mary Poppins.
image.
That
I've also been listening to a lot of Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I'm thinking of Samantha. With- anyway.
Hermione, I can't imagine what you think you can accomplish here, but I beg you to get away from that thing. Please. His heart sank.
Put that thing back where you got it.
I don't think
Put that thing back where it
he
came
ever said
from.
that.
Or so help me. So help me.
Ever.
You don't know that.
His heart sank at the thought of the worst case scenario. I'm not going through it, I assure you, she promised as she dug around the bag. She pulled out what looked to be a stained t-shirt, followed by a small black pack that Remus recognized as a Field Meadowitch kit.
Field Meadowitch kit.
An assortment of potions. Finally, she picked up her wand with a shaky hand and stood, facing the arch. Hermione. Remus moved closer, his gaze frozen, terrified, with a diligent watch on her, taking note of every step she took. He was prepared to pull her away if she got too close to the veil. He had been unable to save Sirius. He had been miles away when Voldemort murdered James and Lily. He could not live with himself if he watched Hermione fall away. I appreciate your concern, Remus. I really do. But I need to concentrate, or else we've come here for nothing.
Listen here, bitch. Get out the way.
Breathed heavily through his nose, his heart beating hard within his chest. Invocato, Vita,
Debitum.
Hermione shouted, waving her wand in a circular motion in front of her.
It's very staccato on that.
And the hovering circle pressed forward at her gesture, floating through the archway. A patty. The golden circle pressed.
Oh, dude, I felt like Daenerys saying this whole section.
Black curtain in the archway turned white, and Hermione and Remus fell back, shielding their eyes with their hands from the brightness of the veil. Hermione reached for the t-shirt, which Remus could now see was stained with blood. He swallowed hard, hunching his shoulders and pressing his hands against the floor, not wanting to smell the air to find out whose blood it was. He didn't want to know. She had not told him a thing about what she was doing here, and he was honestly petrified to answer. A part of him was apprehensive about facing his next father, all things considered.
All things considered.
By blood, Hermione
Very
whispered, regaining her feet,
NPR.
She set the t-shirt afire, levitating the ashes in the air and pushing them through the veil. And sacrifice. She held out her open palm and inflicted a slight severing charm against her skin, cutting it just enough to bleed. Hermione squeezed her hand tightly, allowing the blood to pool in the palm of her hand before flinging it into the veil.
Flinging.
Do it, Des. The veil.
Do it, Des.
I have come to collect. Debitum natere. Dominum filis nigrum. Remus's jaw dropped as she spoke, all at once, very clearly aware of what it was Hermione was trying to do. He
Life
took a
did.
short breath of worry and anticipation. It was not possible. How could she have found such a spell?
How could she
Stepped
find
forward, hand shaking,
Hermione, bitch?
reach out for her. The light surrounding the veil burst, throwing them both backward again, away from the arch and into the back of the pit.
Damn it, Max.
Fell
Fucking
into
hairs
the dark.
everywhere.
Remus coughed, holding his bruised ribs. Hermione muttered, reaching out for her. Hermione, what were you thinking? Son of the House of Black, Hermione whispered.
I like how she's just like, look, I'm busy. We'll deal with your issues later.
Moving to stand and reach for the wand that had fallen from her hand. Remus growled at her. I know what you said. Accio wand. Hermione ignored Remus's words. Her wand flew in her hand. Lumos Maxima. A bright light ignited from her wand, illuminating the entire room. His focus fell to the arch, which looked as it had upon their entering the room, save for Hermione's beaten bag on the ground, the medikit, and a large, shaking figure lying in the center of the stone dais.
Dais? Did I say that right?
Remus murmured as he stood, gazing at the body with trepidation.
I'm back,
Long black
bitches!
face with the sight of tattoos peeking out from the edges of burgundy robes had him sucking in a sharp breath. Sirius! Hermione screamed, rushing towards the shivering form and placing her hands tenderly on his back. The man flinched in response. Help me, Remus, turn him over. Hermione instructed.
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
Sticking the
Help me,
wand
Jesus!
before touching
Okay,
the
sorry, I
hand,
watched.
it just smeared
uh,
down onto her bleeding hand.
fuck, what's the name of that movie?
As the
Not
cut
Blades of
stopped
Glory.
bleeding.
The little
Dumbfounded,
feral
Remus moved without
racing
conscious
shake and
volition.
bake, whatever.
Dropping his knees
I watched
next
that
to her,
last night.
staring at the trembling form in front of him.
Not by choice, it was just
Shook his
on
head
TV and I
back,
didn't know where the remote
shoulders
was.
pushed. The body rolled and he stared, horrified.
Horrified.
Best
I
friend
said that
had
weird.
thought long dead. Yet, there Sirius was, as if he'd been struck down by Bellatrix's curse, not pushed through the veil by it. He's Sirius. Merlin, Hermione, how did you do it? Life force,
Magic.
she answered as she unfolded the vials off the stopper. Cast a warming charm. She tilted Sirius's head back and opened his mouth, letting the green liquid slip down his throat. Remus reacted right away, casting the charm and watching him quietly as Sirius's body stopped shaking. When his limbs relaxed, the chestnut wand that had been tightly gripped in his hands fell
Shit.
Remus pocketed
I don't
the
remember
item
which
right
one
away.
went with this.
Life debts? He echoed automatically, wondering if he was going into shock as he watched Hermione administer a third potion. I saved Sirius, remember? She answered quickly as she continued to rummage around in the kit, fumbling with the wand in her mouth. Here, hold this. She handed her wand to Remus. He would have been given the Dementor's kiss. They were already on their way, and I broke him out of the classroom he was locked in. He owed me a life debt. Hermione, life debts can't bring people back from the dead, Remus shouted, noticing his volume closing. Sorry. He focused his attention away from her and rubbed his hands over his face. She handed him a vial. Here, have some pepper up. With a shrug, she added, I'm sure as hell not giving it to him. Her chuckle was nervous as she reached for the common draught. When she poured the liquid into Sirius's mouth, she frowned in concentration. And no, generally, life debts can't bring back the dead. So, how did you? Unless they didn't die from the killing curse, she said, and then hesitantly muttered. And you use a life debt ritual. Remus gaped, silently scolding himself for underestimating her. Hermione, that was blood magic. Yes.
Yeah, it was, bitches.
Not going further in detail. How did you get Sirius's blood? He demanded, wondering how long she had been planning this mission of hers. I didn't. Not exactly. That was Harry's teacher. Malfoy broke Harry's nose on the train last year, and this was the shirt he was wearing. Glad I never took the stain out. I honestly didn't know if it was going to work. She laughed, shakily, clearly depleted by the energy she had put into the spell. How did it work? Harry is James Potter's son, and James's mother was
Doria Black.
Doria Black. Remus finished her sentence, shaking his head as memories of the formidable witch.
People got really mad at me about how I, well, not mad, but they had a lot of feelings about it. Like Doria, Dorea, Doria. There's a lot of ways to pronounce it.
It was the look she always got, eager for knowledge of something new. When he turned the expression back on her, she shrank away from his attention. Right, Hermione mumbled. Well, let's go ahead and not talk about that right now. She snatched her wand away from Remus.
Whoopsie.
And aimed it at Sirius.
Whoopsie kitty.
Totalis. His body went rigid.
Not the first time his body will go rigid in her presence, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Not talk about it? Remus eyed her with suspicion. Hermione, did you accidentally marry Sirius? Don't be ridiculous, she said to shake her head, handing him the fabric in her hand.
I still have to marry him later.
So stop talking and help me. Remus grimaced as a migraine developed. And you stole Harry's invisibility cloak? Borrowed, she corrected him. I was doing some research for Harry and needed to get it in the restricted section of the library. I meant to return it to him on the Hogwarts Express, but I had my mind on other things. Besides, even if I did steal it, I think he'll forgive me. Don't you? She gestured to Sirius before taking the cloak back.
She really is an insufferable know-it-all. Even now, I'm like listening back, I'm like, oof. Can tell I'm getting older. Because as a kid, I would have been like, yeah, this is exactly who I want to be. And now I'm like, girl, you take shit too serious.
Hermione, he's my best friend, and she reached out, taking Remus's hand gently within her own. He's alive. Before she could take a step towards the exit, Remus wrapped his arms around her, pressed his face to the crook of her neck, and whispered, "You're brilliant," before kissing her temple, cheek, and forehead. Absolutely brilliant.
It's really weird to think that this is his ex-girlfriend.
Attention refocused on Sirius, and she sighed. Come on, Remus. There will be plenty of time to celebrate after getting out of here.
I love the people who were like, she was too old, or he was too old for her. And then when she goes back in time, technically she's like in the body of an 11-year-old, but she's significantly older than they are. And so it's just like, they took advantage of her while she was a child. She did it back? Like, I don't know. That's weird thoughts with me today.
Tom screamed, jumping backward almost into Hermione's arms. Unprepared for the attack, Hermione collapsed beneath the weight, and the two women hit the floor as the lift began to move upward. Remus chuckled mischievously.
Mischievous.
Shifting her focus
I said it
away
wrong.
from the floor, Tonks saw the underside of Sirius's body, where it was
Spent my
not
entire life
perfectly
saying
split.
mischievous. It's
Hermione
mischievous.
frowned. You said you liked surprises. She removed her glasses as Tonks' transfiguration faded away. Her straight black hair shifting back to honey brown, winding into bushy curls. Bloody hell! Tonks spluttered, looking up to meet her husband's eyes. Is that? Yes.
In the
And
flesh.
is he? Yes, he is. Hermione gestured to Hermione. And she?
Hermione gestured to Hermione.
She did.
Ah,
Bloody hell! Tonks repeated, lifting the invisibility cloak once more to look at her cousin's body. After a beat, with Remus and Hermione anxiously observing her, Tonks flicked her
God, I did it
wand
twice.
at disillusioned Sirius, muttering, just in case. Once back in college, Hermione
College.
let out a loud sigh of
Jesus.
relief and collapsed into the large, fluffy armchair. Lowering Sirius to the sofa, Remus removed the invisibility.
See, this is why we needed HB on earlier. She caught that stuff way better than I did or Kat.
I should go, Hermione said. If I don't get back to the burrow, they'll come looking for me. The last thing I want is for anyone to show up before there's been a chance to explain. Certainly not before things can be explained to him. She gestured to Sirius, kneeling down beside him and affectionately brushing the hair from his face. The hollow, sunken cheeks she had upon their first meeting the street and shack were gone, and his hair was no longer matted and hanging down at his elbows. He was the Sirius she had come to know over the last handful of years, not having aged a day since he fallen into the veil. As her hand brushed lightly against his cheek, his pale gray eyes opened and stared up into her face. Why? Hermione gasped. Sirius. Remus Tonks flew to her side. Pads? Remus asked, peeking over Hermione's shoulders. Why, Sirius repeated, dazed.
All right, first time I was listening to this, or reading this rather, I was just like, the fuck is he saying? Like, my Sharona. My, no. It did not occur to me that he was saying a name.
His free hand reached up, and his fingers brushed against the softness of her face, tracing the outline of her jaw. She saw the beginnings of tears in his eyes, and her breath caught. His voice was shaky, but clear, and when his chapped lips parted, he whispered again. Maya? And that's it. That's chapter 2.
I guess I could do a chapter 3. It's only 38 minutes
I don't
long.
even know what to say. Like, I'm riveted and like speechless, and I've been so quiet, but because I just like don't want to interrupt you because like it's so good.
Which is funny because like there's
Oh my
really
God,
not a
it's
lot
so
happening
good. And
yet.
it's even better for me because you know that I don't like to read stuff. Like I'm an audiobook person, so I'm just sitting here like, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Which is funny because I've become a huge audiobook
Oh my
person
God,
in
it's so good.
the last couple of months. Even more so than I was.
You can understand why I say that when we're going to like reading this to you guys around.
Yeah, I do now.
And then it took me 5 fucking years to read it to her.
Either reading along
Oh,
with us
4.
or bringing a cat who's reading along with me. The last word when Sirius speaks, he says, Maya. It is spelled M-I-A. Americans and most people worldwide pronounce that Mia. For the sake of this story, it is always going to be pronounced
Maya.
which, by the way, was my biggest effing hiccup in this book the first time I read it, because I kept saying Mia, and then later on in the book they explained that it's actually pronounced Maya. And
Son of a bitch.
Shea kind of does the same
Shia.
thing in her story that J.K. Rowling did in hers. So I don't know if you know this, but when people started reading the Harry Potter series, nobody knew really how to pronounce Hermione, because Hermione's not a very common name. And so a lot of people, and like kids I was in school with, pronounced it Hermione or Hermione, which I don't understand, but yeah, Hermione. Yeah. So if you remember, no, in the books, in book 4, Goblet of Fire, that she goes to the dance with Victor Crumb, correct?
Yes.
Okay. There is one point in the story where he just keeps mispronouncing her name, and he keeps calling her Hermione, and she goes,
Hermione.
Hermione.
Sounds like dying Nelly.
Right? Hermione is how he pronounces her name, and Hermione goes, no, it's Hermione, and she writes out the phonetic spelling, or how to pronounce her name phonetically. And that was sort of how J.K. Rowling, she knew people were mispronouncing this name. Because Hermione's something of a mouthful. But by
Ayo.
her, date not being able to pronounce her name, and then getting her to pronounce her name phonetically, she was able to sort of help her fans say the name correctly. But Shaylani does a great job. And,
Shaylani.
One drop.
One
So
drop.
what you think? You give this a big thumbs up, or a medium, or down, or a...
Which is funny because my kid does thumbs up, thumbs down now when he's like overstimulated and can't talk. Everything's thumbs up and thumbs down. For a really long time, it was meat morp for no and ding ding for yes. Really glad we got away from that. Although I did kind of like meat morp.
Sorry, I try to be like your husband and have some puns here. God.
Oh God, I forgot Jim used to do puns.
Wow, I just said wow.
Husband.
Wow. Okay, that just came out my mouth. Wow.
So for those of you who are not aware, by the time this show airs in October, for those of you unaware, originally we were supposed to premiere beginning of October. However, we decided to push up the premiere date to September 20th last week, which happened to be the day after Hermione's birthday, because we just couldn't wait to share this with you. Woohoo!
Woohoo! I still do that.
I've been married for just just over 3 months. So my witch of honor over here was she's so getting this name change, and the fact that I have a husband.
Okay.
Fuck. That hurt.
Chapter
Just
2,
because she will never be
we're done. We did
old.
it.
She
Amazing.
never hit 40. She never hit 35.
Super excited
That's-
to
God damn it.
chapter 3 next week.
Next year's going to be rough when I have a birthday and she
Called
doesn't.
Hermione by another woman's name.
Oh God, this is going to be the first year I didn't get a Christmas
But,
present from her.
yeah,
And it, like,
this is what
I
I knew.
enjoyed, picking out gifts for her, but she was like next level gift giver. So I just,
Third time I've said, but anyway, so this is chapter 2. So we will sign off in here. For those of you who are not aware, we
nothing
have
has
a
changed.
Website. It is firewhiskyandhoney.com. No E in whiskey.
We do still have a
And if
website.
you want to follow us on Instagram, it is at Firewhisky and Honey Podcast.
That changed. It's FWH Pod now.
Follow us. We look forward to having
I actually don't think I have access to the Instagram. Pretty sure Kat was the only one who had it. And I think the password got changed at some point. And, well, I do have access to the email address, but anyway. Yeah, so that's why the Instagram has not been active. Also, she was our marketing person. Tell your mom if she's into that kind of stuff. Womp womp.
Tell everybody, because we're pretty excited about this. So we hope you all enjoy it.
I think I literally said in the beginning that us and
Good night, Mabel.
all of our 50 listeners that we expected to have. And there's a lot more than 50 of you guys by the end, wasn't there? I was really proud of the music I picked out, though. What do you think? It's been 45 minutes. Maybe I'll... You know what? No, I'm gonna end this. I will talk to you guys next time. I'll do another live at some point, I'm sure. Let's see if there's any comments. No, I have no idea how to look at comments. I need 1,000 followers so that I can do the full Monty on here. But anyway, Thank you guys for joining. It's been a pleasure as always, and I'll see you next time I manage to get on here. Bye.